What is up, everybody? It is about that time where we are getting into the Easter themed videos. Easter is right around the corner and I did not realize it was the beginning of April because last year it was the end of April. I have no idea why it changes every year, but this year nonetheless super early. Although I'm not mad about it because I love Easter. I'm one of those people that does not grow up in the context that everything my parents did for me when I was little, and they still do now, I carry that tradition on to my dog and my boyfriend. I love making them baskets and I love doing Easter egg hunts. I'm actually gonna film that this year, which I'm so excited for, but that is coming later. Right now, we are doing my signature healthy recipe inspired Easter edition. These are 5 healthy DIY Easter treats. Most of them are vegan, all vegetarian. However, it is really super easy to vegify them. I don't even know if that's a word. Vegify? Veganify? I have no idea. You guys get what I mean. Some of these are vegan, some of them are vegetarian, but again, you can swap out ingredients to make it vegan. So I am not gonna make you guys wait any longer. There is 5 and they all range. If there's if you don't like chocolate, there's plenty of other recipes that don't involve chocolate, for example. And yeah, I wish I could sit here for hours and talk. I love to talk, but without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay guys, for our healthy no-bake mini cheesecake bites, you are going to need 1 cup of graham cracker crumbs, 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, or you can use coconut oil to make it vegan, 1 8-ounce package of plain cream cheese, a 1/4 cup of plain non-fat Greek yogurt, 1.5 tablespoons of honey, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and you are just going to want a pinch of salt. The first step we are going to do is crumble the graham crackers in a bag. So I basically just double bagged and put some graham crackers in, and I used this little wooden spatula thingamajiggy and just went to work crushing them as hard as I could. I noticed I didn't crush them good enough later, but that's okay, I made it work. So just make sure you crumble them very, very, very well into a sand-like consistency. Now we are going to melt that butter, and we are going to now work on the crust. We are going to combine the graham cracker crumbs and the melted butter into a small bowl and make sure you stir well to combine, making sure it's all evenly distributed. Once we are done with that, we are going to get our muffin tray and we are going to spoon about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the crumb mixture into each muffin cup. Press down using a small bottle. You can use a shot glass, whatever, to make sure it gets packed in. I used a lid, that worked pretty well. And once you are done putting all the crust into all of the tins, it should look a little bit like this. And we are going to put that in the freezer so it can firm up. And once that is firming up in the freezer, we are going to start working on the filling. Now, to make the cheesecake filling, we are going to use a hand mixer and mix all of the filling ingredients, which are the cream cheese, the non-fat Greek yogurt, the honey, the vanilla extract, and last but not least, the salt. And literally we are going to just add about a tablespoon of the cream cheese filling to each muffin cup. I used a spoon, and then you can kind of smooth it out on the top with the round part of the spoon. And then once you are done doing that, we are going to put it in the freezer for about 20 minutes so it can set. And once you are done, or once it's done setting, we are going to pull it out, and I used a knife to kind of scratch at the bottom of the pan so that the cheesecakes will pop right out, and then you are going to add your desired toppings. I chose blueberries and Cadbury eggs. I thought that was very appropriate for Easter. And yeah, look how cute these turned out. A guilt-free Easter treat that you can share with anybody you want, or like me, don't share it, just eat them yourself, but don't tell anybody that. For the healthy Easter egg chocolate Reese's, the healthy version, we are going to need 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter, 1 tablespoon of flour, although I did use a little bit more, 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 cup of melting chocolate. And of course, you can use sea salt for topping, that is optional. First thing we're going to do is combine the peanut butter, flour, maple syrup, and salt. And you can see I added more flour later because you want it to be a thick, smooth batter. It should turn out pretty thick, kind of like a Play-Doh consistency almost. And once you get it to that consistency, it should be able to, you know, pick it up with your hands and it won't stick all over you. You are going to take your cookie cutters of choice. Of course, I chose Easter cookie cutters. And you are going to want to take a little bit of the mixture and basically like pinch it into the cookie cutter. So put the cookie cutters on a parchment paper lined baking sheet and take a little bit of your peanut butter mixture and basically put it on the top of the cookie cutter and then pull the cookie cutter up so that you get that shape. You can kind of see that in what I'm doing at the in the video. And then, yeah, do that to all of your other cookie cutters until you have no batter left. Once you have done that, we are going to put them in the freezer for about 20 minutes to let it set. Once 20 minutes has gone by, you are going to want to have your melted chocolate on hand, on deck. Pull out the cookie cutters, and you're going to want to add the chocolate. You can take the peanut butter molds off and then just kind of throw the the shapes into the chocolate bowl and just use your spoon to evenly coat all of your shapes until you have done it to all of them. And then you are going to place it back into the freezer for the chocolate to harden. And that should take about 20 minutes. And then pull it out and voila, look how beautiful these are. These are guilt-free Reese's peanut butter eggs, basically. Guilt-free. They taste just like Reese's, but without the guilt. So I highly recommend trying this. It tastes so good. For our applesauce carrot cake muffins, we are going to need a 1/4 cup of applesauce, a 1/2 tablespoon of vegetable oil, a 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, a 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, 1 whole egg, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3/4 cup of carrots shredded, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1½ teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 cup of all-purpose flour. The first thing we're going to do is preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And then it's really simple from here on out. We are just going to add all of the ingredients, pretty much all of them, into a bowl. So we are going to add in applesauce, vegetable oil, all the sugars, and then we are going to mix in the egg and then the vanilla as well as the carrots. Scrape the bowl as needed and then add the remaining dry ingredients such as the flour, baking powder, nutmeg, cinnamon, salt, etc. And then once you have evenly distributed all your ingredients, it should look a little bit like this. And then we are going to line a muffin pan with cute little muffin holder things. I used spring ones. I thought it was appropriate. They are so cute. And you are going to want to add your mixture evenly to all of the muffin tins, and then we are going to place that into the oven for about 20 to 22 minutes until a toothpick inserted comes out clean. And then, guys, that's literally it. They look so good, they taste so good, and they are so appropriate for Easter. They are so delicious, I promise you. Now for our vegan Easter donuts, we are going to need 2 cups of flour, a half cup of cane sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 1/3 cups of almond milk, a 1/4 cup of coconut oil, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, and your Easter sprinkles. So the first thing that we are going to do is mix all the dry ingredients together in a bowl. So the baking soda, the baking powder, the salt, the cane sugar, and the flour. And then once we have added all of the dry ingredients into a bowl, we are going to now mix it up until it is all good to go, and then we are going to add the wet ingredients in a smaller bowl. So we are going to add the vanilla extract, the coconut oil, and the almond milk. Mix that up good, and then we are going to add the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and mix together until well combined. And then once it is well combined, then we will add the Easter sprinkles, and you guys, it looks so cute. And then you are going to want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And then once you have done that, you are going to spray your donut trays with cooking spray, and then you are going to add your mixture into all of your donut molds. And then we're going to pop, they look a little bit like this, so cute. We're going to pop those into the oven for about 10 to 11 minutes. Then we are going to pull them out, and they should look like this. They look so good. And then while those are cooling down, we are going to make the glaze. And for the glaze, you just need 1 cup of powdered sugar, 1 to 2 tablespoons of almond milk, and a half teaspoon of vanilla extract. That is it. You literally just mix all of those ingredients together, and then you have yourself some glaze. And then once you have made the glaze, now it is time for the fun. We are just going to dip the donuts right into the glaze like so, and add some sprinkles on top. And these are so good, you guys. Look how cute. I cannot get over how cute these donuts are. They are so spring. They just scream spring. They scream Easter. They are so good. You cannot tell the difference of them being vegan. I promise, they are literally so good. I highly recommend trying these out, and I promise you guys, you will not